Hello everybody, welcome back to the MLC Performance Fabrication YouTube channel. This will be episode 6 of our how to build a dirt late model body, and we're going to concentrate on the roof. Alright, so we'll start with the roof edges first, which are going to be shaped like hems. And here is the shape we're looking for. Next up is the center of the roof. And as you can tell, I have decided to go black. So this piece needs to be 49, edge needs to be 50 inches wide. across the sides. And 1-inch hem down the back. Back to the rake. All of our bends, cups. Now we have our center roof panel, and we have our two outside roof rails, which that'll go there. This one will go here. All right, we're going to get this first roof side started. Flush with the back, we'll have it overhanging on the front just a little bit. spacers. Needs the roll cage to space this roof. Let's go ahead and get the roof cap built. Got this piece will work just fine with that. I need to cut it down widthwise. Start on the front here. It's going to have 1.5 inches hem. Alrighty then. Well, there is our roof. Now we just have to drill the holes to mount it. Okay, well that's all the holes drilled in the roof for mounting it. Now, we just need to get the spacers made for the roof. Then we can bolt the roof down and we're done with that part. So it's 2 inches wide, and a half inch bend. Okay, so we're gonna make it 2, 3, plus we want a hem 4. Let's make it 4.5. That way I have a little room for error. Hopefully I can bend one of these and get both. One break for a hem. You see a half inch hem on this side. And there's the finished piece. Okay, now we just have to cut it down to the driver's side. Now it's just a matter of getting it trimmed up to match the roof line. So we're right about there. All right, let's get to trimming up this one so we can come about here. All right, let's get the left side A-pillar fit. Now we got it cut and trimmed there. That doesn't look so bad. We're gonna go ahead and get our holes drilled. The other side, we're gonna put just a slight little Now I got both the A-pillars set into place. Starting to get a look. You can really tell I took 2 inches off the T-bar on that side and I moved it to this side. Then I also did the same thing to the mid bar. There was 2 inches removed off that side and moved to this side, so everything was shifted. I shifted the whole body to the driver's side of the car 2 inches. And then really did some work on the body bars. I mean, it's hard to gauge it here, but the rear end kind of looks like a wedge car. But there's the A-pillars. They're all cleat-coated into position. I'm not going to rivet those into place until I get the sails made. Well, the next thing we got to do is we're going to work on the sail panels. and they're going to be the wide open design. I was debating on making them one piece, just making the big panel, cutting out the center, and then use the hem pros to roll a hem around the sail panel, inside and out. But as of right now, I think it'll be the 3-piece ones. The low, we'll do the piece here across the bottom, this B pillar, and then this piece. All right, since we got all the A pillars done, both sides, we got the left and right A pillar done. Now it's time to do sail panels. All right, so the next part we're making is our lower sail panel rest, which is right along the bottom here. It's gonna be 3 inches tall. We're gonna have a 1-inch hem and a 1-inch hem. And then there'll be an angle that rivets to this piece, and then this panel will rivet into this one. And then we just have to make the B pillar here. Now this piece here can be 43 inches long. Your sail panels by dirt car rules can be 43 inches long across the bottom. 17 inches from here to here, maximum. So we know that this one's set at 15. Sorry, this one's set at 15. And we'll put the 43 up here to see how it looks. I don't want to get past this bar. So I'm gonna go form, put this piece in the brake, get it bent, and I'll be right back. All right, now we still have one more piece to make, the B pillar here, but we need to go ahead and just get this not Dazooz, but clecoed into place. This will hold our bottom sail panel strip. Now this will go along here. Mark. here. So now we're starting to get the basic shape of the sail panel. So now we just need the last piece for right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut one of those out real quick. Alright, so here we go. Now those are all just in there. Now we need to get everything trimmed. I set this pillar back just a little bit, lean it back. But then we need to come in this and transfer this angle. And then you take that off there. So, like I said, this piece was 3 by 43 with a 1-inch hem and a 1-inch hem. This piece is 3 by 15 with a 1-inch hem and a 1-inch hem. Then this piece starts at 3, tapers back to, I believe, 4, 3.5. Four and a half to 3. This piece will just come in here and we'll give it a little bit of just a radius in here. Like that. Then we'll have to come back here and we'll have to trim this piece off. Then we'll have to trim this one. Get rid of this. Then we'll get rid of this. And that will give us our sail panel. Now we can right now, we could set a couple clecos in this. So we have pilot holes. So when we go back to rivet this all together in a little bit here, it'll go right back to where we want it. But I don't think we'll have much problem. I'm gonna go ahead and take all these back apart. We'll get them trimmed up. Then we'll come back over here and we'll rivet it together. right, now we're ready to set rivets on this side. All right, now off camera I went ahead, and the A-pillar is already riveted in place. Now I went ahead and assembled, I bent all the pieces for the sail panel, and I went ahead and assembled it. I haven't riveted it, but it's really all the same stuff you do on the other side, with the exception of this panel. Instead of this panel being hemmed up, you put a hem on the top. It still maintains the 3 inches tall, and then you put just a regular break on this edge. So when you put the door on this side, the door will overlap this to sit on here. Then this will be between the door and the deck. Unlike that side, where I bring this down, when you put the door on, this panel here is flush with your door panel. Just this side, I just indent it. And that's really, every other operation is the same as the other side, 43 inches. This is like 16 and a half tall instead of 15. Maintain this distance. We cut the little notch in it the same way. The left side is it's just really more, once you do one side, it's basically the same thing as the other side, just doing just the opposite hand version. But there she is. All right, well that wraps up the roof. There's really nothing more we can do to it till we put the doors on. We can't really attach any of this stuff the rest of the way. It all just pretty much has to stay there on Clecos till I can get the doors on and we can set it. All right guys, well that wraps up this video. there's really nothing more we can do here till we put the doors on. So in the next video, we'll lay out the doors and we'll get the doors and quarters hung, get the fender sides made, and get the bracing all on this thing, and then she'll be ready to get fired up. It's been fun. This has definitely been an interesting experience trying to make the videos and build this body at the same time. It's been kind of challenging at times, kind of a pain at other times, but nonetheless, it's been fun. And if anyone gets anything out of these videos, hey, mission accomplished. But there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's however you want to do it. Everybody's going to do things differently. It just depends on your taste, your style, how you want your car to look. At the end of the day, it's your car. If you're happy with the way it looks great. It doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks of it. But a little pride in your work just goes a long way. All right, well, we're going to sign off this video now. I'd like to thank you guys all for stopping by. If you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit the bell icon so you know when I upload new content. You guys have a great night.